It's your boy Killer Cam back with my WrestleMania 13 review. And this show is really only remembered for one thing and one thing only. And that is the phenomenal contest between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was originally supposed to be Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Well, there was a free-for-all match that kicked off the show, and it was Billy Gunn against Flash Funk. Did not see it, so cannot review it. But Meltzer gave it 2 stars, so I'm gonna say that it was maybe, hey, it was what it was. The attendance was 18,197 on March 23rd, 1997 from the Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, so a suburb of Chicago. The opening match of the night was a 4-team elimination tag match between the Headbangers, the Godwins, the New Blackjacks, Doug Furnace, and Phil LaFawn. This was a decent, this is a decent match to open up. It was nothing to really ride home about. So basically, if you lost, your team was eliminated. The winners got a shot at the title on Raw the next night, which was weird to me that they got the title on Raw the following night. Anyway, the Headbangers get the win here. I'll give it about 1 star and 3/4. It was bad in the early going, but the Headbangers and Godwin's part was surprisingly good. I liked LaFont and Furnace as a team because they were good workers. Sucked as characters though. Rocky Maivia against the Sultan. Well, you had an In Your House advertisement. Rocky Maivia took on the Sultan. This match gets an absolute dud. This match was awful. The Sultan would end up being Rikishi, and The Rock was just a white meat baby face. Just as white meat as you could get. Of course, he'd be The Rock the following year, but, it was what it was. It did its job, and it did its thing. The Rock. Then the Iron Sheik and the Sultan and Bob Backlund all attacked Maivia, and then Rocky Johnson comes out and gets the whole thing. Whatever. Hey, it was what it was. Todd Pettengill interviewed Ken Shamrock, who would be the special guest referee for the submission match. Doc Hendricks interviewed Triple H in China, and now you have Hunter Hearst Helmsley taking on Goldust. Helmsley was a heel here. I love how Vince put over the Hunter won a slammy for best hair day. They worked hard. The pacing was slow. The crowd really did not care much until the match was almost done. At this point in his career, Hunter was good at all the basics, but he didn't have the intensity yet. He would improve later in the year. In 1997, however, he would improve. Him and Goldust, though, put on an alright match to me. It was about as good of a match as these two guys could potentially have put on. It was what it was. You could never really buy Goldust as a viable, guy to, you could never really buy Goldust as a guy that was really going to beat Hunter. Of course, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was kind of unpunished at this point because of the whole clique. Supposed to win King of the Ring the year before, would end up winning it. In 97. So he kind of had a big year for him. World Tag Team Championship match, Owen Hart and British Bulldog against Mankind and Vader. Sad to see that 3 of the 4 participants in this match have since passed away. This match ended in a double countout. But 4 great workers here. The match, I'm a fan of all 4 guys, but it did not click as well to me. It was one of those matches where on paper you expected to be a lot better, but it wasn't. So the finish came, Vader splashed Owen, and he went crashing into Mankind and Bulldog while counting them out. So the match ended in a double countout. And here recently, JR had interviewed him before and had said who was the better man, because shortly before this, British Bulldog beat Owen Hart, I think 2 or 3 weeks earlier on Raw in Germany for the European title, which is a great match. Uh, Bulldog beat him, so Bulldog was a double champion going into this. Now we get into the match that I've wanted to talk about, the submission match between Bret the Hitman Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I could watch this match every single day. You know, I saw this one guy say, well, this match is overrated. No, because they did not have a single pinfall in this match. They did not use any near falls, anything of the sorts like that. These guys just went out and put on as fantastic of a match as what you could possibly do. You know, it gets 5 stars out of 5. I've seen some people say it's their favorite match of all time. I don't know what my favorite match of all time is, but this could very well be on the list. The fact that you have Bret Hart coming as a heel, Bret Hart is a face and Austin is a heel. And then by the end of it, you flip it and you've executed a double turn with Austin as the face and Hart as the heel. And the whole thing ended where Austin lost but looked strong. Bret Hart had him in the sharpshooter, and what is one of the most iconic images in WWF history, in which, you know, Austin had the blood trickling down his face. He had the blood down his face and just would refuse to give up and would not submit, would not quit under any circumstances. He would not give up. And because he didn't give up, the fans kind of got behind Austin, and by the end of the year, Austin would be a crowd favorite, and Austin would end up being this big major player for them. You know, and even the next year, Austin would be main eventing for the title against Shawn, and I think that is something that needs to be noted, that this match kind of made the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it was, to me, Bret Hart's. I'm always going to consider this his last Mania match. Yeah, he had a match at 26 against McMahon, but I don't like talking about that match. It's sad to see, but I told you guys, I love this match to death, man. This match is absolutely phenomenal, man. And then Bret attacked Stone Cold at the end of the match, and Ken Shamrock kind of slammed him. So you also introduced a new character in Ken Shamrock, on top of the fact that these guys were looking absolutely, that the fact that this match was just great. And then it was hard to transition into this, but you have the Chicago Street Fight next in a 6-man tag, and it's hard to watch this after just having watched the roller coaster of emotions between Bret the Hitman Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But these 6 men actually delivered. I enjoyed the Chicago Street Fight, thought it was very good. Ahmed and the Legion of Doom defeated the Nation of Domination. So it actually ended up being a very, very decent match to me, and I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the match, thought it was good. I think it was, honestly, to me, the second best match of the night. You had those 2 matches right there. Then you have the match that fell flat. Sycho Sid has 2 WrestleMania matches in his career. 2. And both of them are WrestleMania main events. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a moment. That he has 2. Taker defeated Sycho Sid. Bret Hart interfered in this match numerous times. Shawn Michaels was on commentary. He had lost his smile, whatever. It was just Shawn being Shawn and, politicking, doing whatever it was that he did. It was ridiculous to me, the fact that Shawn thought he could politic and quote-unquote lose his smile. Do God knows whatever it is he thought he was cool to do. Match was kind of flat. It was good to see Taker win the title, but other than that, Mania is really not remembered for anything other than Bret Hart versus Stone Cold. I mean, like I said, it was good to see Taker win, but that's it. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. with the, I don't know what the deal with Mania is going to be, if it's going to be postponed or what the deal is. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. Anyway, like I said, hope y'all enjoyed the review. We'll be talking Mania 14 in the next episode. Peace. I'm out.